basically whatever pops into my head. I'm not really going to rush to say anything. Just gonna kind of shoot from the hip. I had a pretty crazy day today. I went to the dentist, which isn't actually that crazy, but necessary, although maybe not that necessary because I've never had a cavity and it was just a cleaning, so checkup/cleaning, so it wasn't that important, but it was actually over really quick. I'm surprised. I've been flossing and brushing a lot more than I ever really have in my life over the last year, so that's probably why it was pretty quick. But also, the lady that was doing the cleaning, the hygienist, was very efficient and very good at her job. Last year I went, and the hygienist was almost like a dark energy type lady that was just maybe having a bad day, but she was giving me really bad vibes, and she was really bossy, and she was saying that she hates her job, and she gave her 2 weeks notice, and then she was gonna put like sharp objects in my mouth to file my teeth, like the black off of my teeth. It's like I just gave my 2 weeks notice, and then she like jabs me with like this hook instrument around my gums. It's like, okay, this is like, what did I get into here? You're basically stuck there. You're in the chair, and she's going at it, talking about how much she hates her job and how she's depressed, and she's like I get it. Like, there's days that I'm the same way at work, and maybe I'll talk about that later in this video, but you don't want somebody scraping your teeth when they're talking like that. It's basically like having an Uber driver or a bus driver that's like suicidal or something. It's like you don't want to hear that shit when you're there, right? But like she was saying, like, she wanted to get into real estate, and that like her kids are grown now and she's doing like a career change or something. Like, she's probably a nice lady, but she came across as a very unnice lady. But this lady was the opposite of that. She was very professional. She was gentle. She was very happy. She liked her job. Good vibes. Really short. She was like 4'10" or like 4'9" even. Like, she was almost like comically short. But yeah, nice lady. And it was a different dentist that did the checkup because others on holiday or something. But he was actually better than my regular dentist. Like, he seemed like he knew what he was doing, and I don't have any problems, and it was just a routine cleaning, and I kind of like going to the dentist. It's a bit of a hassle to do it, and it's obviously an out-of-pocket expense, and it's not like going to like Mexico or like, you know, on a cruise or a vacation or something. But I mean, it gets me out. It's healthy. I mean, you want to make sure that your gums are healthy and stuff, so it's a weird thing that I enjoy maybe. But I remember when I was like a really small kid, I thought that maybe I could be a dentist one day, and it never worked out that way because I didn't do very well in school. But dentists make like some serious money. I didn't even really know that. Like, they make more than doctors. They make more than even a lot of specialist surgeons and stuff like that, because they're running their own business a lot of the time, and even when they're not and they're working for someone else's business, it's a very specialized trade or, you know, profession. So anyways, that was the first little bit of my day. Like, I kind of, today was my day off, and I had the dentist appointment booked, so I kind of had a slow start. spring has sprung, as they say. It's finally getting sunnier and not as cold, and it's good. I got out and I actually did a bit of skateboarding today, and I have another video where I'm kind of talking about skateboarding a little bit coming out on the weekend. I filmed it last weekend, but it doesn't really have to be in order. It's still new. I haven't released it yet, but yeah, I've kind of got into skateboarding like almost comically old. Like I skateboarded a little bit in middle school, but it really stressed me out and I sucked at it. And I had this really cheap Walmart skateboard that didn't really have good wheels or bearings, and I think, like, I don't want to say that it was the skateboard's fault, because there's like people that do amazing work with really bad tools, but you really need a quality tool, I think. And like I had a bad skateboard and I was kind of unathletic as a kid, and so I wasn't really good at it. Not saying that you really need to be like an athlete to do it, but I got like one of those short boogie board, like almost like kid-sized longboards when I was like 29, and I did that for a little bit, and then I got another, like an actual traditional like skateboard really recently, and I've been kind of doing that for the last like maybe like once a week for like the past month. And that's kind of really the brunt of it. Like I'm actually like using it for transportation, and I've never really done that. I kind of only fooled around on skateboards when I was a kid type thing. Like I got on the skateboard, like I left my place, I got on it, and like after a while, like I looked around and I was somewhere else, and I was like, holy shit, I actually traveled on this thing. Like I'm not anywhere even close to my place now. Like this is a miracle. It's like, it's almost like I have this new magical item that's almost like a bicycle, but not really. So that was that, and it was pretty cool. I was listening to a podcast, an Andrew Huberman podcast. If you don't know him, check him out. He's Stanford, some kind of scientist, and he's a professor. And he basically talks bro science stuff about working out and like what hair treatments so your hair doesn't fall out, male pattern baldness, and he gets like guests on that kind of are in like to the cold immersion things and longevity things and healthy eating and stuff like that. Kind of like a literal bro scientist, because he's actually has a degree, but he doesn't really talk about his field on his podcast that much. But so I was listening to this podcast on fluoride because I was kind of curious about that, because I just went to the dentist and they put it on my teeth, and I kind of have been not using fluoride toothpaste for the last little bit. And at first I thought like I was crazy, like I was some kind of like conspiracy theorist. But like I see no need to use it, because my teeth have always been healthy. I've never had a cavity. I don't view it as necessary, so I'm not really using it anymore. And I haven't noticed anything bad about not using it. I had a text from my job, the middle manager there. He's texting like these group chats. He's new. The old manager either quit or got fired. I don't know which it was. It was really abrupt, and he wasn't there anymore for like a month before they hired someone else. So I think he either got fired or rage quit, and I think if he rage quit, he was probably getting pushed out. And then there was another guy recently that got replaced. So I think the lady that's in charge above the middle management is pushed him out, and then the new manager pushed the other guy out already. So they're basically doing like a culture change, and they're basically firing people that I guess she doesn't like. I guess she's pulling the trigger on people, and I think I'm probably going to be next. I've been there for like 6 years, and pretty much everyone's turned over, and I'm working with much different people now, and it seems like I don't fit as well with this group as I did with the group that I was hired with, and they're not treating me the best, and it's becoming a toxic workplace. And it kind of was for a little bit before the change, but it's been definitely accelerating. And the job market here is definitely not a worker's job market, it's an employer's job market. There's actually more people than there are jobs, and they're really looking for people that kind of brown nose and make them feel like giants rather than do a job. I think right now, like if you're in like a solid trade and you're working 50 hours or more a week, or if you're like in a university degree profession like an engineer or a doctor or something, then obviously you're going to get a lot less of that. And, you know, God bless them if that's you or whatever. But if you're not in a position that has a long apprenticeship or a degree that's necessary, it becomes less about what you're providing the company and what your work ethic is or your capabilities are, and it becomes more like a popularity contest. And if they like you, if they view you as a cultural fit or whatever, and basically how much you can play office politics and kiss people's asses. And it seems like the deck is slowly getting stacked against me, and I'm not really sure what I would be able to do at this point if I get fired from that. Like, I might have to, you know, like, say that it's a wrongful firing and try to get severance or something. But even beyond that, like, I don't have a degree and I don't have a trade, so it's becoming more and more competitive. Even like jobs and manual labor jobs, and you know, I have a security license, but I don't like doing security simply because the security industry is full of like really weird people, like the Paul Blart Mall Cop, or like that Seth Rogen movie where he's the mall cop. It's basically the same movie, but one's PG-13 and one's R or whatever. But like, you get this really weird personality type in security where it's basically stereotypically, like, a lot of the time it's just kids that got shoved into lockers and they want some sort of power trip. And instead of getting like an actual job that's productive, to be brutally honest about it, and I'm sorry if you're a security guard, like I've worked in the industry and I have my license, but it really seems to be like a almost bullying, but at the same time like beta male type atmosphere that's really cringe, to be honest. And where I'm living, they're basically like herding homeless people around, and they're like bragging that they can wrestle a cherry pie out of a starving woman's hands or something, and it seems really goofy to me. And I don't mean to virtue signal, I know that I kind of am, but I did that job for like, I want to say 4 years, but it's probably 2.5 or 3, more than, yeah, probably 3 years, 3 years or so, yeah. And then I tried a second time for like a recently concert security as a side gig, but I couldn't make the shifts, and I thought that would be a different environment, but it's the same type of people. Like, even at like a security venue, like for concerts, it's the same, like, people that, you know, basically weren't good enough to be on the police force. And it's like, I don't know, I guess if you're in that industry for so long, you gotta slowly become that. You gotta mold to, like, what you're in, and to, like, basically just be that kind of mall cop, like, whatever archetype, to, like, kind of grind at being that till you get up to, like, a middle management position at, like, a security job. It's like all the jobs that I can get right now, like the star on the Christmas tree of these jobs is, like, to be middle manager, and it's something that I don't even want. Like, I was at the job that I am now, I was with the previous middle manager. I was basically the shift leader, and he was always, you know, giving me extra things to do, and, like, trying to guide the new hires and train the new hires and tell them what to do. And it's like, I did train them, and I did, you know, make them feel comfortable, and, you know, I'm not dragging my feet. I'm not saying that I'm a bad employee, but I never wanted to be like, you do this, you do that. I never wanted to be on the side of, like, you know, the people that are, you know, cracking the whip, or whatever the metaphor is. I never wanted to be that, and that's kind of the only way to make a livable wage in these unticketed, non-trade jobs, is to become, like, a middle manager, and just to be, like, that kind of stereotypically miserable guy. And the new middle manager that I have now is, like, the most miserable person I've ever seen at all. Like, he left work, and then he came in, because I work nights in the building. He left work, and then he came in, like, 2 hours later to, like, surprise me and see what I was doing. And it's like, holy shit, like, this guy has zero life at all, and he's, like, 50 years old, and it's maybe not 50, maybe like 48 or something, and he's just this little guy, and it's like, holy fuck, this is your life. And it's, I don't know if it's systemic or if it's just his personality type, but it's just, he's a little weirdo, and I don't respect him, and I can't fake it, and he's obviously picked up on that, and he doesn't like it. But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he's just a little weirdo, and I don't like him, and I'm doing my job well, so it's kind of just, it is what it is. It's one of those things. If I get pushed out, I'll be unemployed for a little bit, and then hopefully find something else that's brutally honest, like, not a fulfilling career. Like, I've never really been able to lock in to something, and that's my own fault, you know. But I'm saying a lot right now, but I don't know if this is relaxing or will make anyone fall asleep, but it's definitely real talk. It's not a role play. It's not fake. It's not, you know, it's not even positive affirmations. It's almost negative affirmations, and I kind of gotta watch that. But yeah, it's about my life and my day, and that's kind of where I'm at with work. But yeah, so I did the work thing. Well, not today because I had the dentist, but I did the dentist. I did the skateboarding. I listened to a couple podcasts, like I said, about fluoride. And I texted my sister. She actually texted me, which was nice, because usually I'm the one that texts her. But always annoying my sister, sending them, like, memes and reels on Instagram. I have probably, like, a thread of, like, I don't know, it's like 12 reels at a time that I send them, and like I don't think they even watch them. I think if I'm lucky, they'll watch 1 out of the 12, and some of the reels are like actually like the meme itself is pointing out, I know you're not watching these, and we laugh about it, but like me and my sisters are relatively close. I'm much closer to the middle child. I'm the youngest now, but it was the oldest sister that I was always trying to be closest to when I was a kid, but she was always much older. She's like 8 years older. She was like in graduating high school and I was in elementary school, and I was always trying to hang out with the big kids and be cool, but she was always too busy, and she moved to another city and all that, so they both have kids. I'm an uncle, so they're busy with that too, but I bug them with the Instagram reels, and yeah, she texted me that she's back into running, and she sent me her, like, on her iPhone snapshot or whatever, her miles. She ran, I think it was like 8K or something today, and heart rate was like at 160, and I said, that's good. Like, we're both gym people. I do mainly powerlifting and like martial arts, not running, but we did do some sprinting and some track work. Me and my sister last spring or last summer we did. Actually, no, it was towards the end of summer and more towards the fall. We did maybe like 4 or 5 sessions of running around the track, and it was good. I always like seeing my sister. I had a bit of a rough childhood when I was growing up, and me and my sisters didn't get along, and my parents didn't get along. No one really got along, but we've all kind of grown up and got along now, which is great. So, I mean, it's really good. It's a blessing to have family, and to have siblings is really good. It would be nice to have a brother too. It didn't work out that way, but it is what it is. I had 2 dogs. They were kind of like, I wouldn't say brothers, but I mean, I was very close to my dogs. The name of this channel rather is Doberman Honcho. I had 2 Dobermans. They both passed away, but I grew up with dogs, and I really like dogs quite a bit. Never been a cat person, but I don't hate cats or think cat people are weird, and I don't really do the dog person, cat person thing. Like, I mean, maybe a little bit, but I understand, like, it's more convenient to have a cat. You don't need to spend as much time or walks or exercise or socialization with a cat as you do with a dog. So people with a busier schedule, obviously, a cat is going to be much easier. I have an uncle who works like stupid hours. He works like 80 hours a week. And when he's not working, he's doing other things. He's going fishing, and he's doing all kinds of things. Fishing, you could definitely take a lab with you or a dog with you, but he's always had cats, and I think he would like a dog, but I guess not. He's a cat person, which is I always kind of found that odd about him. Maybe it's an allergy or something, but yeah, I find it weird that he doesn't have a dog, actually. It's almost suspect now that I'm thinking about it. It's very peculiar that he doesn't have a dog. I'm now suspicious of him. Only half serious with that, but yeah, that is kind of weird that he doesn't have a dog. I guess I've changed my mind on the dog cat person thing that I just proclaimed a minute ago. Yeah, my mom wasn't a dog person either. She had cats. And then I have a sister that's not really into either. And then my other sister kind of likes dogs but doesn't want one. My dad had a dog, but he never really wanted dogs either. So I guess I'm actually the animal lover of the family, really. At least dog guy of the family. Always. I don't have a dog right now. It feels weird, to be honest, not having a dog. I get to do more on my own. Like, I'm part of like a wrestling club now. Like, I do martial arts, and I'm like kind of doing the skateboarding thing a little bit now. Going to the gym. I have a job, obviously. For now, because I think they're actually literally gonna push me out, because I don't know what they're doing, but they're really playing mind games, and the crazy thing is I'm doing the job, so they either think that I'm not, or they know that I am doing the job and they just don't like me anyways. I don't know which it is, but it's effectively the same either way. But yeah, I like dogs. I have a dog calendar there. I have a picture of my dog there. I have a picture of my other dog there. I have my dog's ashes over there. I have my other dog's ashes over there. I have another picture of a dog there. I have a hole in the wall there that I punched and I had to re-putty it. I have a guitar over there that I don't play. I was learning how to play it, and then that is what resulted in me punching the hole in the wall. I have over there a punching bag thing. It's a speed bag that I should have punched instead, and then some other stuff. I have a bow staff. I don't know why I have a bow staff. But yeah, man. I feel like Napoleon Dynamite now that I have a bow staff in there. I don't even know why that's there. Why would I have that? What? I don't know. It's not literally a bow staff. It's like a big dowel, but I did take karate as a kid, so it might be that. Or it might be a piece of wood that I bought and then cut. I don't know, but it's like a 6-foot tall bow staff. And I have like the dog crate over there that I took apart. Yeah. Lots of stuff. I have my dog's toys still. Like, well, there's a soccer ball and then the dog version of a soccer ball. It's like tougher so they can't bite through it, but maybe that's the next chapter. Maybe if I get fired, I'll just get a dog and then just somehow magically win the lottery, and then I can just hang out with the dog. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. This is almost half an hour, man. This is like 28 minutes. I said a bunch of personal crap, I don't know. But I do these unedited. I just let them rip, and then if someone listens to it, they listen to it. If they fall asleep to it, they fall asleep to it. If they are relaxed by it, they're relaxed by it. But I mean, I might as well. I had an ASMR channel before. This is my second one. I still might transfer old videos onto this channel. I don't know. It makes sense to me to do that because I have like probably 100 ASMR videos on a hard drive somewhere. So I mean, like, if the people watching this could tolerate watching videos that they know is from, like 2 or 3 years ago, and that the events that I'm talking about in my vlog Ramble style ASMR aren't, current of this week, and people are fine with that. Like, I can upload those and it works better for me because I can just mass upload them, and then the channel will build up faster probably if I, space it for the algorithm or whatever. But I think as far as like upload frequency on this channel, I'll probably do once a week. I think once a week will be the average going forward on here. I might go like once every other week, or I might do 2 in 1 week. I think this week is probably going to get 2. I might go a month without posting. I might go 1 week where I'm posting every day. I really don't know, but I think the average will pan out to be like once a week, something like that. Also depends on kind of what I'm doing in the summer. Like the summer, I want to be doing things in the sun, right? I don't know if I could really do an outdoor ASMR video. I do have a normal channel where I'm just talking normally, and if people are interested in kind of my vlog or like me or anything, like they can check that out. It's the same channel, like it's except you take ASMR out. I had some copyright issues and some violation issues on that channel recently, so it got demonetized, which isn't a big deal because it was only making like $90 every 2 months or something, but it got demonetized, and then I kind of took down a bunch of videos that I thought were overly personal, and I tried going with like music for a while. I was like making like AI music, and then I was like making my own beats, and like I was doing this kind of weird music thing. And I took those down too because the music that I made was trash, and then the AI music that I made was like okay, but it's like, so what? It's not you doing it. It's a prompt. So why would you even post like something that anyone could have made? Like, I don't understand the thrill of AI music. It's not real music. It's fake. It's prompted. So like I took that down too, and I just kind of left the nature videos up. I'm doing a vlog here and there on the shorts shelf of the channel, kind of comedic. Like I was kind of doing like a bit where I was pretending to live in my car, and then I was doing another bit where I was like talking about like eating mints for breakfast, and like it's kind of like low-key funny. I don't know if the people that are watching it think that I'm actually homeless, or if they are in on the joke, because a lot of the people on that channel have watched me crash out like 20 times and take down videos of me like crashing out, and just like overly personal videos about like me talking about my life, and then me saying, nah, I'm not gonna go that deep into my life, and then deleting them, but still have them on a hard drive somewhere. But anyways, I'll wrap this up pretty soon. We're at 32 and a half. I think I'm gonna wrap this up at 35. I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. I've been talking pretty fast in this video. I want to slow it down for my next video. But I always think if I slow it down too much, I'm gonna lose people's interests, and they're gonna like tune out if like I have like 20 seconds of silence in the video. And then if I do that, then I might have to edit it, and then I'm not really just doing these videos where I'm being myself. Then I'm kind of like editing and trying to make like a persona and cutting clips and stuff. I don't really want to be wasting too much time doing that either. So it's win-win to do these one-shot videos if people like it. But yeah, I think I covered a lot. I think I rambled a lot. I whispered a lot. This was basically a vlog ramble. I think this would serve the purpose of someone to fall asleep or to listen to, or whatever you guys are at. But anyways, I wish everyone the best. Stay safe out there. It's getting really competitive. It's getting a little bit more hostile out there, at least in my life, that I've been noticing. So everyone stay safe, stay positive, spend time with loved ones. If you don't have loved ones, find some. I mean, what else can I say? Just, God bless. Thanks for checking out my channel. I wish everyone the best that's watching this. Spring is here, so, I mean, if you're having issues, spring is better to, spring is better than winter in my opinion, so at least we have that, right? But anyways, I really want it. I'm kind of stalling because I want this to be hit right 35. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, thanks for watching my channel. God bless. Peace out.